WTOL 11 Sports presents Big Board Friday. Sponsored by Ohio Northern University. Your dreams await. And by Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Doing it different, doing it right. By Frickers, the home for fun, food, sports, and spirits. By PT Link Physical Therapy. Feel the difference and get relief now. By Renewal by Anderson, the better way to a better window. And by the Toledo Clinic. Choose well, feel better. Now, here's Big Board Friday.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Big Board Friday, sponsored by Ohio Northern University. Hope everyone had a merry and safe holiday season. I'm your host, Tyler Segerman. Our 3-week break is over as we now prepare to take you all the way into the month of March and into playoffs, which means conference and title races will begin to heat up. In the Northern Lakes League Buckeye Division, 2 teams sit atop the standings, Whitmer and Anthony Wayne, who just so happen to square off tonight in White House. Generals have won 4 straight games since Christmas break, but are seeking their first regular season win over Whitmer in 4 years. Early going, Whitmer in control. Mekhi Leach burying the triple. He finished with 18 in this game. And then later, Panthers grabbing a loose ball. They fire ahead to Charles Johnson, who finishes with a 2-handed slam. Whitmer led by as much as 10 in the first half. But Anthony Wayne not going away, working the ball around. Zane Kudzia knocking down the triple. Anthony Wayne then takes the lead. And then later, Generals on offense again. Cole Biedenharn working his way down low, draws the foul and the bucket, even a flex. Love it. Whitmer, though, would eventually retake the lead here. Ball loose again. Andre Young this time going to fly high and flush it home for the slam. Panthers go on to hold on for the win, 73-70. Chase Bachman took it all in and has the reaction from White House.
Tyler, this is exactly what you want out of a high school basketball game. A really good matchup between 2 good teams, a bunch of lead changes, some good individual performances, but in the end, Whitmer took the lead with a couple of minutes left, ended up holding on for a 73-70 win.
I mean, our guys showed a lot of resiliency, right? I'm just proud of our guys. Obviously, we've been through a lot, some unfortunately self-inflicted, but you know, you just got to give so much credit to our guys, right? They hung in there. You know, we knew it was going to be a battle, and you know, we switched defenses a couple of times. We forced some turnovers, but our guys just kept battling and believing and made some plays in the stretch.
I mean, I'm happy for us, of course. We practiced hard. We knew this game was going to be like this since we had a couple people like out due to like a lot of stuff. We just had to stick together, like play hard, and just fight through adversity.
Anthony Wayne drops only their 3rd game of the year. Meanwhile, for Whitmer, they improved to 7-4, and they get ready to host Northview on Tuesday. Reporting from White House, Chase Bachman, WTOL 11.
Thank you, Chase. Southview has taken a strong hold of the NLL Cardinal Division, jumping out to a 3-0 start and aiming to remain perfect with a trip to Napoleon. Final frame, we fast forward to Napoleon saving the ball from going out of bounds, and Braden Black then pulls up for the little floater there. Southview, though, had an answer all night. Damian Clay going to find Jaron Witcher with the bounce pass. He'll fight his way in and makes the short-range jumper there over some defenders. And then finally, Dalen Selman going to go underneath the Napoleon defender. Look out. Southview eventually works it and finds Brandon Ingram wide open from downtown. He'll cash that in, and Southview picks up the win, 58-37 the final. Bowling Green and Springfield getting together as both teams looking to come up with some momentum, Here's Jakia Shannon making some moves and going right to the rack there for the floater. And then later, Springfield coming right back at you, working the ball around. Eventually, they're going to find an open Blue Devil on the other side of the corner. He's going to drain the 3, and there is the triple try. That treads true. But Shannon once again on the other side making things happen. This time he's going to split the double team. Check out the moves there. And yeah, there's another little float game. Strong for him. Bowling Green, going to go on and pick up the win tonight as well. To the Titan Dome we enter. St. John's has found their footing after a rough start, now looking for the first league win. And Mike Schoen's team wasting no time to score, already up a dozen in the first quarter. Ethan James finds Race Kowalczyk right in front of you, and he'll splash home a triple to extend the lead. Casual night for him, dropping 29 points. Then it's time for the press breaker. Titans handling that with ease, so much so that Jaden Jones is left wide open, and look out below, there's a one-handed slam. But the senior not done, showing off the hustle too, saves the ball. James, loving that effort, decides to reward Jones, goes back to him, and he'll line up for the corner shot, 4-3, buries it. St. John's having their way and no problem tonight as James will join the party as well. Titans go on to get the win at home, 74-63. Genoa once again on the road. Comets trying to remain in contention for the NBC race as they travel to Rossford. And it was a good start for the Bulldogs. Blake Dewey giving it up. And then gets it right back, working around the screen, and then knocks down the deep three. Bulldogs keeping it close early. Genoa, though, operating the triangle offense as they find Ryan Rouston, in the corner. He answers back with a tray of his own, and then too much Genoa as they go on to pull away. Walter Plant's now going to work. He'll gonna fight through some traffic, however, getting the layup to fall. Genoa gets the win 64-23. And the team everyone is chasing in the Northern Buckeye Conference resides in Tontogany. Otsego unbeaten in NBC play, but coming off their first loss of the season. So how would they respond? Well, Fostoria fighting an uphill battle, but knocking it in as Jason Tucker, secures the jumper. But first half winding down, now Caden Hutton going to work. He pulls up from the mid-range, and he gets that friendly home bounce to roll as Otsego led at the break. And in the second half, Dane Fotzinger passing down to Devin Silva, who lights it up from distance. That keeps the Knights ahead. Redmond, though, not giving up. Fostoria getting the offensive board. Ball gets to Caden Coker. He'll drive in and get the whistle as well to boot. But the Knights too far ahead. Bryce Beyer, getting the rebound. He'll pass it down to Hutton, who finishes it off on the other end. Otsego taking down Fostoria in dominant fashion, 74-47. Here's Noel Blumel with more perspective on the Knights' win.
Well, as you can see, the Otsego gym cleared out pretty quickly, and I can only assume it's to go watch the other team that starts with an O. But Knights fans are going to be watching the Cotton Bowl in good spirits because Otsego got back in the win column after what was their best season start in decades.
Obviously, we would have loved to have won on Monday. Evergreen's a really, really good team. They're well coached. We use that as a learning experience. Film was a great teaching tool for us the next day. Our guys came back hungry, and they were very disciplined tonight. They had our game plan. They executed really well. Real proud of how hard they played.
We just play up to our standards every game. Doesn't matter who we play. Just play hard as you can. Just ignore the noise and go 1-0 every day, every game. We just want to go 1-0 every day. So tomorrow, we're trying to go 1-0. We're not worried about last night. We're not worried about the next game. We're trying to go 1-0.
And with that, the Knights get their 10th win of the season and will face Eastwood next. Reporting from Otsego, Noel Blumel, WTOL 11.
Appreciate it, Noel. It's time for our first break, but still plenty more action to get to, including a division showdown in the Sandusky Bay Conference. Stay tuned. More highlights ahead.
Friday on WTOL 11. Ready, go.
Welcome back. Shout out to St. John's Pet Band for supplying that. Thank you there, guys. When it comes to the SBC Lake Division, the question becomes who can knock off Sandusky? The Blue Streaks have won the last 3 regular season titles. Perhaps Perkins or Bellevue can rise to that challenge. Both playing stellar basketball so far and both matching up tonight for the first of 2 meetings in the span of a month. They each split the series last year in tight games, and this one would be no different. Both teams trading buckets throughout, including this one from Joey Dietrich for the Pirates down the lane and using the spin move for the and one three-point play. And speaking of three-point plays, Bellevue had a bunch of them as well, using the bank here to their advantage. Joel Ray coming down the floor and knocking it down. He had 17. Then it's Nolan Smith, the star of this game, virtually making every shot he put up there from the corner. Knocks it down as the Redmen up by 8 in the fourth. Pirates hanging in it, but Smith again just couldn't miss tonight. 23 for him, and Bellevue earns the road win, taking down Perkins 65-60. Here's Steve Iwanek with more.
Well, even though we were playing a basketball game tonight, there was a lot of drama built out throughout the week between Perkins and Bellevue, of course, related to some football matters. But these two teams, they put that aside and just played classic old school basketball, back and forth, trading runs. And it was Bellevue, the road team, that comes into Perkins and gets away with a 65-60 win.
We talk basketball the whole time. We don't let outside things bother us, as much as we can. I know it's there. The kids know it's there with things that happen. And we don't really talk about it. We talk about executing the game, getting things done, and we did a heck of a job against them tonight. He can shoot it. He can shoot. He got hot tonight. He was banging them, man. And he's about 35% from 3 on the year, but you got to guard him. You got to guard him at all times.
I just felt great. I had a lot of open shots to take, and those are my thing. I can hit those, so that's what I did.
So Bellevue has a few days off, and then on Tuesday night, they welcome in Upper Sandusky to their home gym. From Sandusky, Steve Iwanek, WTOL 11.
Thank you, Steve. Back in the Glass City, Rogers has caught fire, seeking a 6th straight victory as they played host to Bowsher. And it would be the Blue Racers going to work here. Aiden Boshin driving, kicking it out to Caden Battle. That 3-ball gets the friendly roll. Blue Racers remaining in it early. Rogers, though, with a response. Jaden Baker on the high post, going to drive into traffic, gets the bucket here, plus the foul. Powerful move there. And then check out this play from the Rams. The 3-ball here, not going to find its mark, but then check out Traden Booker coming in and flushing it home on the putback. That's a nasty slam. Rams also rolling this one 70-28. Let's head out west, shall we? Western Buckeye League, to be exact. Defiant sitting in first place, but facing some adversity as they fell for the first time this past weekend. Second quarter, it doesn't seem to bother him as Breslin Zipfel going to find Josiah Slaughter, who pulls up to the left elbow and hits the nice jumper there. Then later in the second quarter, Logan Hutchinson going to range to his right. He'll find Slaughter again. This time, going to be a little more deeper triple range as he knocks down the tray there. And then Defiance continuing to roll all night long. Khalil Ligon going to drive baseline, gets the finger roll to fall as Defiance goes on to get the win at 49-37. Shifting to girls hoops, Bedford with another impressive start. Kicking Mules aiming for a three-peat in the SEC Red Division and return to conference play tonight. Skyline not much of an issue as here Sienna May gets the lay-in to go plus the foul. Bedford in control early and often, and the Mules not really letting up as they work it around, to a wide open May. She can hit that shot as well. That's from distance. And then later, it's Anna Gray's turn to get involved. The sophomore driving. She'll get the scoop and the score, plus the foul, because why not? Bedford rolls 55-27, the final there. And the play of the night we have now reached, and you just saw this a moment ago, but we're showing again. Traden Booker, my goodness, comes flying in off the missed 3 and just shows off the elevation, the hops, the athleticism, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure that rim is still shaking. I know that Jim was after seeing that slam. Again, Rogers did a big-time win as well over Bowsher. Again, Booker flushing home our play of the night. Boom, there you go. All right, well, I am just so excited to see these Toledo men's highlights tonight. They were in action looking for a 3-0 mark in MAC play. Find out if they made that mark coming up next. Welcome back. Well, we've seen this before with Todd Kowalczyk and UT. A fast start to MAC play. Last year, the Rockets jumped out to a 5-0 record, which then helped them secure a 4th straight regular season conference championship. Could we be witnessing something similar this go-round? Well, it was Kids Night inside Savage Arena. And speaking of, shout out to Toledo's own Angel Daniels, who absolutely nailed the national anthem. Rockets looking to feed off that excitement. Javen Simmons sees an opening and drives down the lane for a bucket. He finished with a team-high 17 points. UT, though, fell behind early, so Simmons going to find this time it dish one out and fires to Sam Lewis, who dials up from long distance and connects. Later, he's got more in his arsenal, dribbling around the screen and then pulling up for the mid-range J. 15 on the night for him. Bryce Ford also had himself a game, launching this one from way behind the line. Bottom of the barrel, that falls, and Toledo climbs out of an early deficit to remain unbeaten in MAC play 69-67, the final. And a couple of score updates to update you guys on. Ohio State just beat Texas in the Cotton Bowl 28-14. They'll play Notre Dame in the CFP National Championship on January 20th. And how about our hockey teams? Toledo Walleye, BG Hockey getting some wins. They now each have 6-game win streaks to their names. That'll do it for Big Board Friday here on, that'll do it for us here on Big Board Friday. If you missed any of the highlights, our website and our streaming platform are the places to go. Appreciate you all for tuning in. We'll be back here next week. Until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend.